Hello students, this is Mr. McAllen again, and we're going to work on dividing complex numbers. Now in the video that just preceded this, we talked about multiplying, adding and subtracting, and raising complex numbers to a power. In this video we're going to do one thing basically. It's going to be dividing a complex number. So what's going to happen is we really need to talk about what a complex conjugate is first. A complex conjugate or a conjugate, if I have x plus y and I ask what the conjugate is, it's just x minus y. If I ask what the conjugate is to negative x plus y, it's just going to be negative x minus y. And the reason why we call it, well, I don't know the reason why we call it the conjugate, but why we use a conjugate is because when we multiply them, difference of squares, or foiling with difference of squares, or foiling with conjugates produces difference of squares where the outer and the inner terms cancel. So it's very crucial to why we're using the conjugate to do this process. So when we simplify the expression 3 over 4 minus 5i, we really don't want to have a complex denominator. So we're trying to remove that. So in order to do that, we use this operation called conjugate multiplication. So some people would call this, we're dividing by, the way it appears, it looks like we're dividing by a complex number. But what we're really doing is it's a little trick. We're going to multiply top and bottom by the complex conjugate. So the complex conjugate for this number, 3 over 4 minus 5i, we're going to use 4 plus 5i. And if we use that and multiply top and bottom by 4 plus 5i, we will remove the complex nature of the denominator. So let's do that. So I have 3 times 4 minus 5, 3 over 4 minus 5i. I'm going to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate, because essentially this conjugate, or numerator denominator, is equal to 1. So I'm not really going to change the value of that fraction, but it'll change the way it looks. So in the top, I'm going to have 3 times 4 plus 5i. And the bottom, when I FOIL that, I'm going to have 4 minus 5i times 4 plus 5i. Now off the side here, I'm going to write out FOIL just to be more demonstrative about what we're doing. The first is going to make 16. The outer is going to make negative 20i. The inner is going to make positive 20i. And the last is going to make negative 25i squared. As a result, the inner and the outer cancel, and you're just left with 16 minus 25i squared. In the earlier video, we talked about how this I squared really changes the sign of that number. So I have 16 plus 25, which makes 41. So as a result, my FOILed number here, I have 3 times 4 plus 5i, but in the denominator now I only have the number 41. Hence, I've removed the complex nature of the denominator. As a result, I can either leave the number as is, or I can distribute the 3. So I have 12 plus 15i all over 41. Or I could leave it as such, depending on what type of work we're going to do with the problem after this. So hopefully this video has helped you understand how to find a division of complex numbers, or how to remove a complex number from the denominator.